Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Velocity Chaos! Hello and welcome here to the Velocity Chaos podcast, coming to you at the speed of sound. The astounding speed. Probably when I knocked over our mixer and laptops, I probably messed something up in my head. But if you guys have listened to us before, you know I can't speak. My mouth is foolish sometimes. Anyway, we're coming to you at the speed of sound on the air at the Hexapod Studios, Sound House in Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Luke. This is my co-host, Nick.
Nick, good job. You got it right. Nick. Glad to be here, man. Glad somebody speaks English on this podcast. I am excited. Our 39th episode of Velocity Chaos. I just want to thank our trusty, our safety manager in the studio, DJ Nightstick. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate being out this week.
Always need you running that board, especially when Luke's throwing it on the ground. So, try to get through it.
I will.
Look at me. Focus.
Right
Tell
here.
us what we're doing today on the show.
Right here. Today, boom, we're coming into it with hopefully someone that can speak my language. We're going to go into a segment of Explalien, and then we're going to head into Buzzkill. And then Nick's got a conspiracy theory that he wants to pitch to us. So with that and more, I would like to tell you here at the Velocity Chaos podcast, we explore the highest heights of human knowledge and the lowest depths of crude humor. Our mission is to tickle that pink thing between your ears, to poke that frontal lobe, or sometimes just smash the laugh box. So hop in and buckle up for an infotainment ride across the airwaves.
And before we get into it, a reminder to follow us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod and on Facebook. Also, drop us some stars on iTunes, some love on Spotify, and toss us a sub on YouTube. Thanks as always for your support.
Oh boy, so if you weren't here last time and didn't catch the drift of Explalien, I don't know if we explained it. I'm going to have a conversation here with our alien friend, and we're just going to have a little chit-chat. I'm going to tell him about cars and transportation and vehicles. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well today.
Well, thank you for taking time. I'm sure you know you're probably busy out there in the galaxy. I just wanted to give you a slice of our life and tell you about kind of our, I would say, most common form of transportation aside from walking, cars.
Cars, that's an interesting word. Do they float?
Actually, cars are strictly on ground level, so like on the floor, and then they have wheels, most of them, and then we drive them. They propel forward.
Explain to me these wheels. What shape are these wheels?
So wheels are a circle, circular.
Like thrusters.
Sort of like thrust. Take a thruster. You have the exhaust hole for the thruster, and then kind of take that 90 degrees, and then it rolls on the circle part of the thruster.
Oh,
but
okay.
Then we surround it with rubber for traction and grip.
Friction-based vehicle.
Yes, friction. Yes. So cars. We have they run on engines, and it's a combustible engine. Not that the engine itself explodes, but it causes tiny little explosions to create the thrust and energy in order to drive the vehicle in forward or backward.
So microscopic nuclear explosions inside of an engine.
Yeah, does something like that excite you?
Yes, very much. This is my excited face and my excited tone. Yes, I'm thrilled, absolutely aroused, if you will.
Oh, well, so in these engines, they have, it's like a 4-stage combustible chain reaction going on. For the piston. So, you got the fuel intake, which we'll get to the fuel, and then there's a pressure that's created, and then ignition of something that lights the fuel on fire, then an exhaust that kind of creates the energy, and it just goes over and over and over. Just so tiny explosions happen. It's like the most exciting thing in a little package.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right, okay, so how big are these cars? The size of a human?
So yeah, I mean, you want the size. They are as small as the size of a human, maybe just a little bigger to sit inside, or they could be bigger up for some of them. We have several passengers, like up to 30 people getting in these vehicles, but the most common ones are about 4. we call the bigger ones, buses.
Buses.
Yeah, a lot of people getting. You guys have transportation back in your place?
We typically travel through interdimensional portals one at a time. You do not want to blend the genetic code of an individual with another individual. If you're in our transportation at the same time as another person, you would essentially blend into a single being.
Does that happen often?
On accident, yes. It's quite frequent.
Has that ever happened to you?
No, but it happened to my cousin. I believe you call them cousins here.
Yeah.
Yes. My Blublarb's son, yes.
Yeah. Like my Blublarb son, that would be my cousin.
Okay. Does your cousin transportate in these cars?
Yeah, this is pretty global transportation method. Aside from just the feet attached to the bottom of our legs, and those muscles that we have generating that power. Some people do what are called bicycles. It's 2 wheels, and it's a balancing act, and kind of momentum carrying you forward.
Where are the explosions in a bicycle?
It's there's no explosions, just more internal muscle propulsion energy. So not as exciting.
Explosions inside of the human.
Yes, yeah, you got to think of it like little reactors of nerves and tendons and muscles all exploding. But no, there's no fire, unfortunately.
Oh, no fire.
And we're actually, so one thing that we're doing, I think the original cars, so we've only had cars for about 150 years or so.
Wow.
So I guess probably for civilization like yours with interdimensional portal travel,
just a blink in a lifetime of my people. Yes.
Yeah.
150 years is about 1 week, as you would equate to. Yes.
Yeah. So like you guys have streamlined traveling, whereas I'd say we waste a lot of time traveling. So we originally started with electric vehicles, and then the combustion. So those were running on motors, and we're kind of coming back around to those now. But now the combustible engine is it's a lot more efficient in a way as far as the power it produces and longevity, whereas batteries, it is a more sustainable future, but it's just not as
understood. So your fuel, what does your fuel primarily consist of in these cars?
So the fuel is petrol, as some nations would call it. Gasoline. So we take a crude oil, refine it down into different gases.
I see.
And then we use that for the explosions that you enjoy so much.
Yes, explosions. This is my excited face.
We'll have to show you
this
some
is
of
my
those.
excited tone. This is about as happy as I get.
No, you had mentioned floating. You asked if cars float. We don't have cars that float necessarily. We do have some like hovercrafts that have fans that create float, but our other vehicles, I would say, and they're not really pedestrian vehicles, but more for war. Flying.
See, war was last week in our lifetime. My week, your 300 years. But yes, war essentially was outlawed last week in our culture.
And do you think that's a good thing?
Yes, the transportals were being clogged up, and there were many genetic crossovers, a lot of hermaphrodites walking around, and we just did not prefer that.
So maybe it was like the homogenization of the beings, created peace because, you couldn't tell what side was which side, and everyone was kind of together.
Yes, we were collectively against the hermaphrodite. So we decided war was not worth the price to pay.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. I mean, how much? I mean, you can't put a price on life. I mean, you probably could, but
we do in our
do.
galaxy.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. It's quite cheap, actually.
Do you have a broad general number?
Well, when you live for many, many years in your time, but weeks in ours, then yes, life could be quite exchangeable for currencies.
Oh.
But we don't believe in slavery. I mean, we pay people for certain time periods, to run the Transportals. That's primarily what we do, yes.
Oh, well, hey, valuing people in working conditions, I think that's a, definite good thing for a society.
Yes.
But yeah, so.
Do you think I could drive a car? What requires driving a car?
So really, I mean, they say here, you need a license. So it's like a certification class that you have to go through, or if you're of a certain age, you just have to pass this test.
What is the age?
So 16 is when you can first get a license to drive, but you have to go through some tests. And then I believe if you're over 18 or 21.
So a few hours of our lifetime, I see. So, okay.
For you, it'd be seconds.
Yes, okay, understood. Quite young and irresponsible. You don't have to be very responsible to drive a car, then I assume.
Not necessarily.
Anyone
you
can
just
do
have
it,
to,
is what you sound like you're telling me.
Oh, yes. You have to fake it until you make it.
Understood.
You have to, study for the test that's on Friday,
yes.
Which for you, that's a couple decades.
And how fast can you drive these cars?
Some of them, they don't allow us to go very fast unless you're a professional racer and going in a circle.
Is that just another form of license? Do you have to be a certain age to be a racer?
You just have to be good enough.
And understood.
Have the people giving you enough money to do it. Whereas, general people like DJ Nightstick and myself, we can only go, about 80 miles an hour max. I don't know how that relates
really?
To your distance of
80 miles an hour. So you're allowed to let anyone drive. You drive 80 miles an hour, which is still quite fast. Remember, we only we transport through Transportals, so speed's irrelevant at that point. You're arriving instantaneously at your other location, and we just pretty much walk everywhere else.
And it's healthy.
So 80 miles an hour is quite fast.
I guess it is thrilling at times.
But again, we live much longer than you, so an hour is really not that long at all for us. So in relativeness,
it's inefficient.
Cars are quite boring, if I'm being honest with you.
I agree. We need to have a chat with some scientists and see if we can get some interdimensional portals.
Maybe we could exchange some information, talk about more explosions. But other than that, this has been one of the most dull conversations I've ever had in my life.
Oh, I'm glad you chose to have that conversation with me.
But it's okay. It's just a blink in an eye. It's just time is relative for us.
Do you guys have grandmas?
Grandmother, who would that be in relation to your
glub? So that would be the
glub is a drink in another universe.
Oh,
that's not a relative. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Glubs is I mean, you would never call a relative glub unless they drank a lot of it.
Oh, I didn't. I might.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So grandmother, relation to you, how?
It'd be either your mother's mother or your father's mother.
Yes. The blorps, yes.
Yeah, the blurps.
The blurps.
That's what we call those. So, I mean, what I wanted to know, because you're probably, after the war, you're probably running out of grandmas, or maybe you ran out of grandmas a long time ago, and it hurts. That special love that only grandma can give, all gone. Maybe you're one of the lucky ones who still has all the grandmas. Well, screw you, man! I mean, lucky for you. I mean, we're seriously so happy for you. But if you wouldn't mind sharing your grandma with those who are less fortunate and have run out of a grandma, please consider having your grandma send in an application to Grandmas for People in Pajamas. We're always looking for new grandmas, because a lot of our employees are dying fairly frequently. Not because of working conditions, they just get old. Anywho. Here at Grandmas for People in Pajamas, grandmas will come in early in the morning, make breakfast, pinch your cheeks, lick their thumb, and wipe the schmutz right off your face. The grandmas at Grandmas for People in Pajamas do it all. Use code VCPOD70 for a free 70-day trial grandma from Grandmas for People in Pajamas. And grandmas, don't forget to apply, and please refer any friends, if they haven't already fully retired, to come work at Grandmas for People in Pajamas. This is not an actual product, service, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation and offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea. Wow.
I just passed a really strange guy coming back in here.
Yeah. We were talking about explosions and stuff. They're really boring, mundane.
He seemed aroused, if that's a good word for it.
Did his face look like this?
Yeah, exactly like
That's
that.
his excited face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? I wouldn't want to see him upset.
Yeah. No, he's a really interesting fellow. It was nice talking with him.
Yeah, he seemed bored out of his mind.
All right, so
He walked through some weird portal that just opened up in the driveway, dude. It was cool.
Yeah. He's some people say 150 years for him is only a week for us.
Wow. Sounds like a bearism. Bearism.
That leads us right into the randomness of Buzzkill segment that we want to get into. We have no theme. We just have random topics, and DJ Nightstick is going to be at the helm here giving us topics, sounding the buzzer. Oh, baby! So we're going to talk for about 20 minutes, and either we're going to have a random time to talk between about 20 seconds or 3 minutes. DJ Nightstick, what we got?
All right, fellas, you know the rules. When you hear the, we're moving on. Okay, let's start it off here. Start it off with your topic is zoos.
Oh, it's all happening at the zoo, I believe.
What is happening at the zoo?
Is that Simon and Garfunkel?
Oh,
yeah.
Whoops.
I went to the zoo once.
One time?
A couple years ago. We shot some
it?
positive affirmations.
Yeah, really tell those bears who's boss. They are.
They're good.
They're
the boss.
They're the boss.
They're bears.
With their little cage.
Their area. That's
your cage.
Zoos are kind of sad in a way.
It's such a catch-22, though.
is.
You're sad because you can't go anywhere, but you're safe because no one can come to you.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm torn. This is a tough subject to start off. You're killing me, Nightstick.
Pulling on the heartstrings.
Let's just talk about the word zoo is so ridiculous. Can we just talk about that for a second?
Go for it.
3 letters, a Z and 2 O's. Like, that's clearly a couple letters just having a 3-way. Like, they just thought it'd be fun to get together.
They could have got away with a Z and a U, and I think everyone would have been happy.
A nice platonic or a nice, monogamous relationship. Why do we got to do all these double O's?
Unity.
Unity.
And you got crypto zoo.
Your topic is electric cars.
Dude, that guy. I'm sure that guy who walked out of here, I mean, he would not like electric cars. No explosions.
No explosions.
That's what you said to
just
me.
Motor.
I didn't talk to him.
To who?
The guy who walked out of here. I didn't talk to him. You talked to him.
Yeah, I talked to him. How do you know so much about
Because
him?
I think you told me about the explosions.
Oh, yeah, I did. I did tell you about explosions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so electric cars, we don't got any explosions, but they're the future. I mean, once we figure out how to sustain, the
new Ford.
the batteries.
Ford. What is it, the Ford truck? That's the Ridgeline? No, that's a Honda. I don't know. I don't know trucks. You know trucks, Nightstick.
The Ford Maverick is
What?
Maverick.
That's not, okay,
Maverick.
fine.
Maverick, that's a horse.
No, that's the new truck you're talking about.
We're going back to horses?
Going back to horse-powered.
Horsepower.
They tell me this thing had 135 horsepower. I looked and there were no horses.
Guys, I got an idea for all the hipster millennials out there. Let's just put them on the horses and let them gallop around. They'll think it's like the old is new, the new is old.
There'd
It's
be
brilliant.
so much shit everywhere.
Ford's like, get the fuck out. No, there would be a lot of shit. Dude, electric cars, I'm happy about it. It's hilarious how long it's taken and how I really, really hate car companies. Yeah. They're pandering to us. Like they just invented electric cars. They're like, look at this. They're rolling it out on their own time. It's just, GMC's committing to being eco-friendly and having electric cars on the road by 2029. Dude, don't give me that. You've been blocking this for 40 years. Mm-hmm. We've had this technology. Get out of here.
We're committing to sucking the balls of the oil companies.
We are steadfastly sucking these balls. And you can't tell us what to do. Then Elon Musk is like, yes, well, let's suck on the teat of nature and harness electricity.
The sun and wind.
Yeah.
Fancy boy. He's actually pretty funny. Like I've seen
I love him. But he does not. he actually solar energy is not sustainable according to him, which is smart because he factors in all the square footage and all the return on.
I thought I heard something that he said it was. Like in the place of a power plant, like the actual grid.
I think it is, but he's just very candid and honest that you can't just like slap a solar panel on a car and let it charge itself.
Oh, yeah. Something that small, yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but true. What if you put like a little propeller on your car and you're like charging your car?
But then you hit the perpetual motion theory of
Wow!
conservation of energy. I know some things.
That's awesome. Electric cars.
Yeah.
Your next topic are gyms.
Is gyms.
I know a gym.
I know a couple gyms.
I know a gym that I know is your gym.
Oh, yeah. I know a lot of gyms. I've been to gyms, too.
Gime? What's a gime?
The zoo and the Gime, they just don't get it, okay? Gyms
are you a gym goer?
Yeah. But I finally figured it out. I don't like going to the gym with a plan. I just like going to the gym, look at a machine. That looks cool. Nobody's on it. Figure it out. Do it. Do another couple of them. 20 minutes, I'm out.
Fly at the seat of your pants. 20 minutes.
So, no, it's typically like 30 minutes. Sometimes 45. But these long workouts, they don't really do it for me.
Yeah, I think it's more building the routine of, going to the gym or going to do a healthy habit, perpetually through repeated times, building up a habit, basically, is what I've been trying to say.
Gyms are a good thing, but they're an incredible moneymaker.
Yes.
It's one of those brilliant, just human nature capitalizations. Y'all want this, but you're going to give up.
Yep, pay us $10 a month.
But you're not going to cancel it because you're going to feel like a fucking fatty if you do.
You're just coming from January 1st to January 3rd.
Yeah.
The rest of the year, you're paying us $120.
Because that's giving up. And if you go to the gym, you don't give up. Even if you go to the gym one time, it's like you can't give up that year.
You might show up in June on a Sunday.
I got to get my beach body ready for this weekend.
Yeah. That's the other thing is like people working out. It's like, no, you got to start that like 3 months ahead. Maybe, P90 exit for like 3 months or maybe 60 days for real results. But
your topic is pop, or some people call it soda.
Soda. What do you
pop?
call it?
Pop.
Yeah, we're from Cleveland. We call it pop.
The British, my friends in Britain, they like make fun of me because I call it soda, and they're like,
it's pop.
I'm like, pop, and they're like, what? Like, what do you call it?
Fizzy.
Coca-Cola?
Oh, they just call it what?
Yeah,
that's some.
But all they have over there is Coca-Cola. Well, it is a small island.
Yeah.
All they have really over there is Coca-Cola and Fanta. Like, they don't really drink. They don't have Dr. Pepper. They don't really have Mountain Dew.
I guess if they only have Coke.
Yeah, so they just kind of, I don't know. It's weird.
There's no broad term for fizzy carbonated sweet drink.
They like this stuff. Oh man, it's really concentrated juice, ultra concentrated juice, and they call it like splashy or something. Oh my God, I don't know what they do. You pour like a very small amount of it into a cup, and then you fill the rest of the cup with just straight water.
That's
and
powder.
It dilutes it. Diluting juice. They call it diluting juice.
That's clever.
They call it.
that's what I said. That's what anyone does.
What are you
everywhere.
trying to say? I'm stupid. No. Okay. So
yes.
All my friends are super nice there. Okay. They're going to listen to this. I don't hate you. Just you have weird tendencies. Diluting juice. And I just poured it into my cup one time, not knowing what it was.
You filled that thing to the brim.
And I went up and I did it.
You had to do one of those sips before you even lifted it off.
They knew what happened.
You had the concave bubble like pouring over the top.
Just sludge into your mouth. No, I get you. But no, it is strong. It is gross. Like just wild out of the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the other weird juice.
I've been just calling it soda pop. Cover both bases.
There you go.
Once.
No one can make fun of you then.
Yeah, and then Soda Popinski from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Your topic is roller coasters.
Oh, rolling coasters. We live.
Sorry, they call it squash.
Hey, it's gone. The buzzer buzz.
All right, sorry.
Roller coasters. We live right next to America's Roller Coaster, Cedar Point.
Roller coaster.
That's what they say, don't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, have you ever been there?
Are you Cedar Point?
Yeah.
I didn't know they call it roller coast, but
No, America's Roller Coaster. Something like that. Am I wrong?
I don't know, but to me, that just is one of those words where you can't end it, even though it's clever. It sounds like the guy on the radio commercial just got unplugged at the last second. America's roller coaster.
Cedar Point documentary, Building America's Roller Coaster.
Okay, well they coined it. Great.
Yeah.
Roller coasters
Are you a
are
roller
sweet.
coaster guy?
I was not for a long time because I was the kid who's like, you're not letting it out. So you hold it in, your
For 30
eyes roll back
minutes.
in your head. You're
Got
just
that
like,
vein.
yeah, exactly. And then I don't know when it was. I was probably like 20. And I figured out, I was 14 or something. I figured out how to ride roller coasters where you actually go, woo.
Yeah, you sit down and just let's go.
Well, you let it out. You let it out. And once I figured that out, it's fun.
Oh,
so I do
you weren't making noises.
Just-
no loud noises.
Yeah.
Did you get yelled at for making too many loud noises?
No, I just didn't. Like, my parents weren't roller coaster people, so there's nobody to hand that wisdom down to me of how if you're letting things out and like if you're on a roller coaster, the G-force, you can let the G-force out. That's why all the guys, that's why Top Gun and all those guys, that's why they always go, yeehaw! Like, that's not because they're cool. It's just
Oh, I thought that was because they're cool.
so they don't have an aneurysm.
What was your first?
Your topic is mullets.
Oh, well, party in the front. Oh, no, business up front, party in the back.
Have you ever had a mullet?
Not intentionally.
You won't admit it.
No, I don't think I
Not
have. I've had a bowl
intentionally?
cut.
Not intentionally.
I don't know if maybe I could pull my stuff back to make it look like a mullet, but
No, you're-
I've had a bowl cut. As an adult,
I
like,
saw
early 20s.
a guy the other day in public. I have never seen this. The little Dutch boy haircut.
Okay,
He was
I'm searching.
A straight up 45-year-old man, and it was just like it's kind of like a bowl cut, but like
Hell yeah.
worse. It just
But with
sticks
the-
like the
yeah.
whoop, and then
Like
the
a helmet.
bangs. Yeah, like and I was just like, "You're 45 years old. Get a haircut."
Let the dream die. You're not gonna make it on those candy commercials.
Mullets?
You're not cute enough.
Mons. But mom, look at the. I got the sucker.
Who had the best mullet? Joe Dirt. That was
I was
so
gonna
good.
say Billy Ray Cyrus, but
Oh yeah, maybe.
because Joe Dirt is like, okay, we get what you're doing, but Billy Ray like bought in.
Yeah.
That was real. This here is real. Dolly Parton, she's got the best mullet,
Does she? Does she have a mullet?
kind of. I was thinking about these new cool mullets are pretty cool.
Well, I don't know. Oh, I guess she does.
Wow, podcast gold. Podcast gold.
Did I miss something?
You'll hear it later, but no, mullets I think are coming back in a big way.
Yeah. What are these new mullets?
Your topic is trains.
Choo choo, baby. All right, I'm just gonna. I'm going right into it. Ticket to Ride,
Ticket to Ride. Did that?
best board game ever made, hands down. So you're like,
I don't know. I've never played, so I can't.
D&D.
That's not technically a board game, but
So if you haven't tried it, Ticket to Ride, great game. Has to do with trains, and it's a great board. I guess we can't talk about it if nobody's played it. So screw it.
what you got?
Your topic is Russia.
USSR.
The Ruskies.
Every time I think about Russia, I think about Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and you pick Zangief or going against Zangief, and it says USSR. So that's the only.
USSR.
I am not hip on pop. I don't want to say pop culture, but even just any news.
Russia's a black hole in my world, man. Except when they're manipulating me on the internet.
into fixing the vote
Russia's one of the coolest countries just because it's pure size.
is massive.
Massive. Spans 2 continents. Huge cultural impact on the world in modern era. Yeah, I think it's cool, but I've never been there. I'd love to go there.
The thing with Russia is there's Asia Russia, and then there's Europe Russia,
Yeah.
which I think is what you were saying. and then I just reset it. But
we are really
in
being
simple
thorough
words.
in this Buzzkill.
Yeah.
We're really being
Real
thorough.
simple words.
Coverage of mullets in Russia. Russia's incredible just because how little F's they give about anything. Like they just propagate political warfare.
Who's to say though?
They've
Really,
conquered the adult industry in America. Like they are taking over from top.
don't
to
say
bottom.
anything. I might be a sleeper cell, so careful on what words you use. Avocado. What? They do have some cool like churches though, like the architecture of some of the churches.
Sorry, I was just thinking of like a cam girl who's a sleeper cell. Just like that's a cool story where there's like dudes are in the chat and they're just like, yeah, put that plug in your mouth. And it's just like that's her trigger cell, like her trigger like phrase.
That whole phrase.
Yeah, but it's gotta be in that.
It would never come up ever.
And then
But then it did.
she just like
'Cause
reaches
people are
through the
weird.
laptop and just strangles.
What's the beverage of choice in Russia? It's not pop. It's probably vodka, right?
That's what they call the pop.
It's called pop. You drink.
Your topic is hurricanes.
Oh, you know the story of hurricane?
No.
Bob Dylan.
Oh, I thought you were gonna tell me the story.
No. Oh, well, it's not Bob Dylan, but he wrote a song about the story of the hurricane.
Yeah.
So, so this boxer.
I'm 0 for 2 on the
Yeah.
music references right now.
Yeah, 70s. I don't know.
That's the story of the hurricane.
DJ Nightstick knows. Thank
DJ came in. There,
Yeah.
that I got you back for not knowing about noodling. Got
you.
you.
Yeah. So yeah, it was this boxer. He showed up in a bar and then basically got framed for murder and then spent his life in jail.
Oh, that I have heard of like the boxer, the hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then but he would have
Bob
been
Jones.
champion of the world, but
Okay.
got framed for murder.
Got it.
Or not framed, but I guess pinned. Murder got pinned on him, even though he had nothing to do with it.
Back in the day.
And so I guess that is framing.
This
Hurricanes,
this was
though.
Matt Murdock's dad, Daredevil, right?
Maybe.
That's how this went down.
That's how we get superheroes.
That's how you get a superhero, man.
In hurricanes. Do hurricanes have F numbers like tornadoes? Like F1 through 5, or is it just?
Yeah, there's levels of hurricanes for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an earthquake? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But what is it called? I've heard it before.
The eye of the hurricane.
No, a hurricane type
Intensity.
4 or level 4. Level 4 hurricane.
Are we ever going to get to the point where we're able to just travel in the eyes of hurricanes? Like everyone just travels and then
Everyone
stays
huddle
safe? Yeah. Get tight.
You were looking for category.
There it is. All right, so
topic-
categories.
Your topic is cell phones.
Cell phones. They're the future. Cell phones are the future. I remember. Do you remember?
Keep saying that, and these things exist right now. Cell phones exist, Luke.
I don't know. You're lying.
What's that on the table?
That's my
Cup.
camera. Do you remember your first cell phone?
The first cell phone that I really interacted with the most was a pay per minute phone that my family shared.
Oh,
that
geez.
I blew all the minutes on calling my quote unquote girlfriend
She got you good.
outside in the driveway, saying like, "Oh, I want to talk to my friend Jimmy. We'll just use the home phone." No, I got to talk to him outside. Why? I think better out there.
You don't want people eavesdropping.
I don't even know how I pulled that off. Did I hide the text messages? I'm just not kidding you. Family of 5, we shared one phone.
That's balls.
That's like Amish level crap right there.
That's beyond it. That's beyondish.
That's beyond Amish. Okay, yours first.
It was just basic flip phone. I don't even know if it was Nokia, but
Just a knockoff.
just a little
phone.
yeah.
The phone we had, it would be amazing if we found that thing. I would love to see it because it wasn't a real brand of a phone. It was like a burner phone that you see in the movies.
Yeah, burners.
Yeah, burner. It was a burner, total burner.
That's what I live off of.
And now we have these little computers in our pockets.
Well, these things they die so quick. You gotta buy them
We're poor
every
for
couple
them.
days.
We're poor for these.
I don't
they
get
own
it.
us, these cell phones.
They do.
They tell us what to think, what to listen to.
That's what
They take our money.
I want to go back to a dumb phone or a feature phone.
Your topic is chicken wings.
Oh, we had this earlier.
Yeah.
Dry rub or sauced?
Sauce.
Hot or not?
Not.
Garlic or Thai? Asian?
I guess Asian.
Okay.
See, I brought this up earlier. People, I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion or not. I think this is facts. People don't like chicken wings. They just like the sauces.
They're like little vehicles for sauces.
Yeah, it's same with like pastas and stuff. Like pastas are like little vehicles for sauce.
Where did you get this theory?
In my head, I don't know.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, people.
It's interesting. There are people out there, people specifically who hate carbs, and they talk about how wheat and carbs are just vehicles for sugary sauces and just conveying really like unhealthy things into our body. They're like little vehicles. For
Some people don't like French fries. They just like ketchup. But French fries are actually
those
good.
Bad
like
people.
But yeah, they just like shovel ketchup into their mouths. Basically,
you know somebody like this?
No, I'm just in general. Just
I
like
would definitely call the police.
Like I think French fries are something that you can just eat as French fries, like plain. Like you don't have to dip them. But then I feel like people.
Oh, I thought
there are people that like need ketchup. Like if you need a sauce or condiment for your food, you don't like the food. You just like the flavor of the sauce.
Wow, that's heavy. That's heavy.
It
stuff.
is. Deal with it. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not.
Chicken fingers solo.
No. See, I agree to this. Like I wouldn't just eat. Like I mean, I might, but
okay. But here's the thing.
I like sauce too.
I'm drilling down into this more. Okay. So like, do you have different sauces for different wings? So like your bone-in wings are certain sauces, your boneless wings are certain sauces, and your chicken fingers are certain sauces?
No, it's barbecue or honey mustard.
See, like
I'm simple.
No, I want to talk about the chicken.
It's all about the chicken.
We'll come back.
Oh, that was a good one. You guys are rifling through those, man. Whew.
You go read about it.
How do we do? What do we do?
All right, let's go through it real quick. We had started off with zoos. That one was a little slow. Electric cars, Russia, roller coasters, chicken wings, cell phones, mullets, pop, soda for all you people outside of Ohio, and trains.
Trains is the shortest buzzkill we've ever had.
Ticket to ride.
Ticket to ride, baby. All of those, especially the Russian cam girl sleeper cell, those sounded like good stories. You know what else has a brilliant story? Book. Yes, Book. Book has so many wonderful characters, so many wonderful themes, so many wonderful moments, so many wonderful words. Book takes you on a wild journey of experiences that so many people can relate to. Reading Book will open your eyes to so many life events of the main character and all the main character's eccentric and unique associates. Book is a real page turner, and take it from me, Nick, someone who can't read good. Reading Book was really something. It was quite the magical experience. If you want to get your hands on Book, go to the website and use the code VCPOD20 at checkout for your first 20 pages of Book free when you purchase Book. If you don't use code VCPOD20, then they will rip out the first 20 pages before they send you the book. Just use the code. This is not an actual product, service, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation and offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea. You know what's the future?
I do.
Well, it's right now.
Future's right now. Well, not then,
Not
but
anymore.
now.
Now it is. No, man, the future is pyramids, dude.
What?
The future is pyramids.
That?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They are the future. I feel we should live in pyramid homes.
Do you really feel that way?
Maybe not pyramid homes, but maybe dome. Like I want to live in a hobbit home. Like just, throw some dirt on it. Create some couple domes, stuff like that. And
I don't like houses the way they are. Change them.
I don't.
Change them. There is a big like bulb house down in a couple 20 minutes away from here. It's like a big rotunda kind of roundhouse. Go talk to them.
I gotta look up some.
See what that heating bill's like.
definitions.
No. So we're going to talk about a conspiracy theory, many conspiracy theories around pyramids, how they are the future apocalypse, the future alien landing sites. We are going to talk about the pyramids of Egypt.
Ooh.
There are some other periods around the world, but we're going to specifically focus on these, right?
I'm for it.
Have you ever been to the pyramids?
No.
Do you want to go to the pyramids?
Yes.
I would also like to go to the pyramids. They look amazing. Probably like a once in a lifetime.
Road trip.
Road trip. Here we go.
Right across the Atlantic.
So I'm just going to talk about a couple things. I do also want to pitch this to everybody. I think doing a lot of research on this, there's so much out there on pyramids in general that I think this is going to be a two-parter. So I think we're going to come back to the segments, mostly because I have unfinished research to do.
You just want to know more.
I got to brush off some stones, bro. Anyway, reasons why people think there is something more to the logical explanation of how they built pyramids.
What is the logical explanation?
That's in part 2.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to pitch you the fake part, and then we're going to do the real part.
How do you know it's fake?
It won't be conspiracy theory that time, though. To be
Explalien
or something like that.
And then maybe the alien who you talk to will tell you how they were built.
Yeah. He comes back and he's just like, we just use the portal machine to just drop the bricks on top of each other.
Those dirt piles?
Yeah.
What?
We did that.
Yeah, we had to need some place to throw our sand.
It took us like 150 years, like a week in our time. Kick back, drank some flub juice. I'd imagine that's what that guy said because I didn't meet him. I just saw him walk out and assumed all of this from him. All right. So anyway, people for some reason argue a lot about the pyramids because the size of the stones, they're like 2.5 tons a piece, which is massive. And this very ancient civilization moved them and stacked them way, way high up into the sky. And it just like seemed like an impossible task. The number of stones is also one of the reasons why people really like are fascinated by it. There's like 2.3 million stones.
Oh, Jesus.
In the Great Pyramid alone, which is wild. Then also, they're shrouded in mystery because the age of the pyramids, they're one of the oldest structures on the planet, and there's a relative lack of documentation just because, interesting enough, the Egyptians wrote a lot of things on papyrus and like didn't always do the stone carvings, which helped us like crack like the Rosetta Stone and things like that, which had just existed for centuries because of them lasting so long. But papyrus and papyri, I think they call it, was made out of like modern day paper was made out of pulp from plants, so it deteriorated faster.
Well, they had that Tropicana drink called peach papaya. I think that's what that was made from.
It was made of peach papaya.
Yeah, it was good.
A pop, isn't that a pop?
Sorry.
No, it's a soda.
It's like a juice.
It's a soda.
Carbonated juice. Sorry.
Those are a couple things. Those are a couple things why like people can't just explain it clearly. Of like, oh, this happened when we remembered it happening, and that's why.
Those hieroglyphs weren't elaborate enough for you to understand.
They weren't concise enough. They weren't playing Wordscape, Hieroglyphscape. Anyway, I'm just gonna run through a couple of the leading conspiracy theories around the pyramids, and I just want to see which one sticks out to you. Okay. The pyramids are the remains of Noah's Ark.
The remains?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
We'll come back.
Okay.
They are a superconductor or like a power grid.
Okay, yeah.
Slaves built the pyramids.
I could see possibly.
That's actually a conspiracy theory.
I mean, what you got to think with the Great Wall of China. Are we getting more in depth to these?
We can.
Or do you want my take on them now?
I'm giving you 6, and then we can talk about them. 5.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
The Illuminati built the pyramids.
Aren't the Illuminati more recent?
The pyramids can tell us when the apocalypse is happening. And aliens built the pyramids.
Yeah.
Probably. So Noah's Ark, superconductor, slaves, Illuminati, apocalypse, and aliens.
Yeah.
Which
I
one?
agree.
Which full slate. Full slate.
All of them.
Full slate thumbs up.
No, I feel like slaves is probably the most probable because, I think Great Wall of China was built with slave labor, and that's incredible feat of humankind. So I think that's very plausible.
I'm going to take a note that you said that. Luke, thumbs up on slavery. Got it.
No, not thumbs up on slavery. I'm just saying that it's been seen as far as what things can do with manpower.
This is great because this is how we're gonna do this. Part 1 and Part 2. We're gonna talk about each of these. We're gonna get your thoughts, and then I'm gonna dispel them.
Okay.
On the next episode. I shout out to some of my friends, Aaron specifically, who just is a master at just poking people's buttons over this. He's obsessed with the conspiracy argument. He'll be like, I don't actually believe this. But he'll go over to somebody and be like, pyramids, aliens. People are like, no. And he's like, yeah, look at this video. And he will just egg these people on for ages. And they're getting all riled up. They're getting mad at him. And he's just like, see, I told you. Like, I don't believe this.
He's a master debater.
He's an absolute wanker. So, yeah.
Yeah. Noah's Ark, I don't think.
This is plausible.
Wasn't Noah's Ark a boat?
Yeah, Noah's Ark was a boat. So how is...
So it was a
Went to Sunday school.
stone boat. Yeah, man. Come on. I paid attention in class. I got kicked out a lot, but I got to listen from the hallway. I like the stories.
I don't see how it's remains of Noah's Ark unless they just threw some dirt on top of it.
You pick slaves. I got to pick Illuminati.
So there's a part of the theory is that Noah didn't actually build a boat. He just built the pyramids.
And then hunkered down.
Yes, and they withstood the flood.
Huh.
And he was just huddled up inside.
Did they have like a air pipe coming out so they could breathe?
I guess that's the whole point. But I mean, if you look inside those things, I don't think that's very plausible. Yeah. But they think, because then people just go, well, the scans aren't accurate.
So hold on. Some people are saying no one never built an ark. No one could build an ark like that. But other people are saying, no, he didn't build an ark. He actually built pyramids that would be way harder to build than an ark.
Just him and his two sons, Shep and Joe. Like, yeah, they went back there and just stacked the rocks. You know how it is.
Easy. There actually is a guy that like shows people how he can move like multi-ton blocks with very I don't know what the word, very basic tools like rolling on logs and just using pivot joints and stuff and leverage and fulcrums.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll find that guy for my proof in the next one. Okay. So the superconductor power grid.
I suppose. I mean, it makes sense. Like you have all those documentaries on how they they're lined up, it's facing certain ways. Like and I feel like this kind of ties in with telling about the apocalypse or whatever society that did build these or aliens or whatever that did build these. Like I feel like a lot of these are connected. A few of these like are possibly intertwined.
Sure. Yeah. So the superconductor one is more like the functionality of some of the chambers. Like people think that like the way air moves through the pyramids, it can pick up static electricity, which essentially created like a power source. Mm-hmm. Other people thought that the way like water would flow through it, if it had been filled with water, it was almost like a pump system that like moved through and turned turbines and created power that way. So
got some like joints that are like acting up, and they just like get a camel over. Get the camel, and the camel, like they nudge it, and the camel spits on it and lubes it up. Very efficient stuff.
And then like the real kind of more mystical belief is that they're just aligned in a particular fashion to the stars, and that is what siphons off universal energy.
Ooh, maybe that's what's drawing all the power for the Tigris and Euphrates.
Yeah, just they're pushing. Yeah, they're just look at that. Look at you. What's the big river in Egypt?
Yeah,
Denial.
I'm in denial.
Yeah,
you're in denial.
You're
between, dude. Shout out Miss Tupa in 8th grade history class. Mesopotamia was between the Tigris and Euphrates.
Ooh,
Mesopotamia. You Mesopotamia with me? I gouge your eyeball out.
Mesopotamia with you. You gonna be in denial, bro.
Wow, love that one. Hit your little hit stick. All right, so you kind of believe that one could work or no?
Yeah, I don't see like. We can see through history a lot of ancient civilizations that did stuff based on stars and moon patterns and things like that. So maybe not necessarily that it's a conductor for anything, but aligned. Maybe it is a conductor. I don't know. Maybe
just
you throw
technology.
A coconut in one end and you come out with a gold bar on the other end. Have we tried that?
Yeah, I don't think so. But when we go there on the road trip, what are you doing up there?
It's just a coconut, don't worry. It's a science experiment.
You throw it in there, just shoots out a boat-sized gold brick. Yeah. look like an arc.
Yeah, it's an arc.
It's an arc. It's just
Yeah, that's what.
Arc-O-Matic.
See, Noah built these as factories to build the ark.
And then no one wanted to buy them.
No one wanted to work. And then he got accused of using slaves to build the ark. And the factory. This is it all folds
It's
into
like
itself.
no one understands me. I'm
It's like, this isn't slave.
Getting
I was
some
trying
animals.
to save everyone.
get my pets going on my boat. Wow, that's hilarious. Arc-O-Matic, got it. I'm writing that down. We're gonna start our own conspiracy
Yeah.
theory.
Or that's how they make sand. That's where all the sand in the world comes from. And
They're just sand machines.
yeah.
We forgot to shut it off. The Sahara's just like full, like just
overflowing.
It would be really, really cool if you threw something into the pyramid, it just spat something else out on the other side. But the more valuable the thing you shot in, like the more valuable or big the thing came out the other side. Like that's funny. That's like a cool idea. Doesn't happen.
I'm an ideas guy.
You're an idea. Love it. Good. The Illuminati built the pyramids.
I don't how old is the Illuminati? I mean, they would have to be thousands of years.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, maybe they're aliens. Like I said, some of these are intertwined. So maybe they're Venusians.
It does get a little blurry.
And
It does get a little blurry with all this stuff. I mean, the Illuminati theory is just like they built it for a special purpose or just because they could.
Yeah. Or the Illuminati are aliens.
Or the Illuminati, yeah, they work with aliens. There's also the thing with the Illuminati that they just like encoded symbols in it, and that was like the big deal. Was it was a data carrier? Because like what's going to last longer than a giant pile of stones, right?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to record data for all time, that's how you do it. You don't put it on a micro SD card. You build a giant 2.3 million stone pile, like up into the sky.
Yeah.
But
there's like, okay, we wrote down all the instructions and we got the decoder here. Wait, the decoder's here? You were supposed to leave the decoder down there. You idiot. How are they ever going to get to us?
it's just a massive mistake. Just like a massive fuck
How are they going to turn it on?
That's it. We solved it.
Yeah.
We solved it. Jimmy just forgot. He's like,
Guys, I got that decoder you wanted me to bring. You idiot. I told you not to bring him on the mission. You had one job, was to leave the decoder there.
but he's my cousin, man. What are you doing involving family in this mess, man? Come on, we're trying to build something.
He's trying, all right?
We're trying to make something last forever. Come on.
We all make mistakes.
This is our thing, man. Everybody's going to know we did this, man. Says the guy writing on some papyri, some papaya mango soda.
Yeah, he's the peach papaya guy.
Peach papaya
We all love
guy.
that stuff.
Guys, I brought the decoder. And I have a cooler of peach papaya to celebrate. Did anybody write this down? Huh? No? Now look where we are. We got to start over.
Yeah, let's choose a new planet.
Let's choose a new planet.
This is starting civilization.
No, I thought it was it was hilarious. I was reading it that you just said a bunch of humans had it and they just screwed up. Like, could you imagine that could have happened?
Broke it.
Planning for 100 years and you just building it, you broke it.
That was the 10 Commandments, but they just read them wrong.
They're upside down.
Yeah, if you read it here, it actually talks about the pyramids, how they work.
Everyone's like, Moses just brought us these words of wisdom. Moses is like, bro, I'm just trying to recreate the pyramid. Just so we can build one in our town when we get there.
Do you guys ever watch History of the World Part 1? Oh, Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks.
So it just kind of goes back in time, and one of the shticks is there's Moses coming down from was it Mount Sinai or whatever, but with the tablets. He's like, I've brought you 15, and then one tablet cracks off. 10 commandments.
Perfect. Nailed it. It could have been a lot more rules. Thank God, dodged a bullet. There's only so much you can fit on a stone tablet that an old guy can carry.
Yeah.
If you think
Moses
about
lived
it.
to be 750 or something.
God's like, here are 200 rules. I'm not picking that up. You want me to roll it down the mountain or what?
Let's just take this down to about 10.
Yeah.
Oh, 120. So.
I got one arm and another arm. I can kind of
Best I could do is
twin babies them, you know.
Can we just like 5 and 5? Easy.
Let's negotiate here, you know.
All right, we'll take 3 for you, and then we'll do about 7 for everything else. Is that fair?
Or Moses just had these tablets because he was like a part of building in Egypt. Like he had the instructions on how to build a pyramid, right? And God's like, we need something to write on. And they just like deleted it. Like they wiped like the micro SD card or like the camera card. Like they're like, do you want me to format this? They format it. Just,
oh crap!
we won't need that. They already got him down in Egypt.
Yeah,
he's typing too slow with his hammer and chisel, and God's telling him, he's like, well, so the top piece of the pyramid goes here, and he's like, shit, I can't keep up. Write some notes.
What did you say?
Tell people.
You said something about Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay, don't kill people. Well, slow down on that pyramid stuff. I'm still on number 5. Don't kill someone.
Then you put the stone on the other stone. Don't put your stones in another guy's wife. Yeah. Got it.
Don't steal no stones.
every time it just like broke off and it's just like stones. So like it read across the top. It was like, do not kill anybody when you're putting the block down or rolling it up the mountain. But that part at the end just felt like broke off. So just thou shalt not kill.
Really, thou shalt not kill anyone putting stones in the pyramid.
Yeah. Thou shalt not kill by dropping the lever on someone's head.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's stones.
Yeah, everyone has their own stones that they get to be a part of this whole process. It'll be, real unity building, team building exercise. And then, you each have your own stone piles. Thou shalt not steal from another man's stone pile.
And then he just dropped it on the way down.
Corporate work.
On Sunday, take a break from stone laying. Just come thank me. Yeah. And then Monday, get right back to it.
I love it.
Here at Velocity Chaos.
Oh, when he threw,
we go off.
When he threw it on the golden calf, that's what happened. The important. He was just like, I'm just trying to build pyramids, man. I'm just trying to build pyramids, man. Now I got all these rules I got to follow and make sure other people are following. Man, I don't like this. All right, so
where are we?
Pyramids. Apocalypse. Got 2 more, really quick.
Yeah.
We'll bring it home. Part 1. So the pyramids can tell us when the apocalypse is happening. This kind of goes back to the Illuminati. Yeah. The guy.
They know everything.
You were talking about the guy brought the cipher out of it. But what if they like sealed it into? They sealed it in.
All right. Where is it decoded? Wait, I thought you said
I thought you had it.
Put it in there. What? No, yeah. I said bring it with us. Yeah. No. Yeah, with us, not to leave it in there. Like, God damn it, Jimmy.
I said put it in your pocket. Leave it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, that part of the little tablet message broke off.
They'll find it.
They'll find it. Somebody else will find it. But then we won't know when the apocalypse is happening. That's a theory and something to do with the golden ratio and how that is in touch with nature and like the end of times. I don't know, man. Like, I mean,
golden ratio, yeah.
I don't see how you can be like, yeah, math's going to tell me when the apocalypse is going to happen. It's like, get out of here with that.
There's a lot of, I don't know, not cyclical. I don't know if that's the right word, but a lot of things that happen a lot in nature that can explain a lot that we haven't really looked into.
Yeah, well, people call that a coincidence.
Maybe coincidence. Yeah. That's the word I was maybe looking for. One thing that I've heard about the pyramids that I thought was mind-blowing is that it's like only 2 inches off of level from like one end to the other. And just to think like thousands of years ago to own it being built then and then to only be off by that much of like a level.
Sure.
That's insane.
Mind blowing. No lasers back then.
Yeah. I guess you'd
unless there was aliens.
Aliens. Or I guess it would be building a trench and then adding a water level and then making sure that water level's
genius. Wow. See, you already solved the mystery.
Maybe. I don't know.
Aliens, really quickly. Let's just tackle that. Yeah, aliens in the pyramids. Yes, no, maybe so.
Possibly. I think if none of these others work out, why not?
How often do we just have a car that we really love and then we just like leave it in a lot and it rusts and it just stays there and it becomes a part of that field? Like
all the time.
that's probably what the aliens did. They just said, let's build this up. Let's have a good time. Let's party. Have our flub flub juice. Kick back. They're drinking the papaya mango. What is it? I keep getting wrong. Peach papaya.
They're just like alien party tents.
They're like this big. They're like this big. It's just a giant orgy.
It's like Alien Burning Man. They're just like, all right, so Jerry's gonna go down there for about 150 years. You set up the tents. Like Jerry,
We'll come back and
Jerry, why are they all different sizes? And what's that cat thing you built over there?
be cool, man.
Bro, I was high.
Remember we went down to Blue Green 3 and like that party with all the sand. It was so awesome.
Yeah, we couldn't shut the sand machine off, man. It blew it all the way out the coast of that continent, dude. It was wild. We killed a lot of humans.
Buried.
Just buried.
But it was fun.
And now we just watch them like debating about our party tents, bro.
Maybe we'll go back.
Yeah, maybe we'll go back. Oh man, that
Tapped.
The end of days is just a giant music festival. Stoned out alien.
show us what you got. We just hear it from outer space. Just
Here,
what is that terrible techno music? Skrillex just is like, my people are here. He just rises up out of the pyramid. Dude, I love that party tents. Alien party tents.
That's the future.
Like, because we were all talking about how the tombs are small in there and they take the radiographs and everything, but it's like, what if they were just really small aliens and it was just like a giant indoor, really private orgy, like just an alien orgy, and they're the size of 2 inches and it's just massive.
And they actually accidentally killed some dudes, and then so they wrapped them up in toilet paper and put them in sarcophagus.
No, they let one dude hang out with
Yeah. And then after he died, they built that monument, or they left the tents for him.
He was like the party king, like the only human who could like hang with them. And so like they're like, as a monument to him, we're gonna embalm him and put him in a giant case.
Is this King Tut? Was that the guy in
Khufu, I think his name was. It was not Tut. Tut was buried in like a tomb. Dude,
but who was buried in King Tut's tomb?
Tut. Tut. Looks like rain.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we explored that a lot. I think next time
explored it.
Is there anything else? Like
I definitely. You're right. I want to get deeper.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna get deeper in this. We're gonna go really.
Maybe even a 3-parter.
Ooh, wow, 3-parter.
Just have Egyptian theme Velocity K.
Yeah.
I had fun with this one. This was good.
Yeah.
One more thing I'll leave you guys with. There is actually like a field of religion / lifestyle worldview called pyramidology. It was very popular in the mid 19th century through like early 20th century. And it was just like historians, philosophers, astrologers, and astronomers were really big into the pyramids. And a lot of all of these kind of wild theories came out of those guys. Just being obsessed with the facts and the ancient kind of stuff surrounding the pyramids. So pyramidology is a real religion.
It's real. It's out there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll convert.
You said you wanted to live in them, so
Why not?
there we go.
I like it.
Burning Alien 2025. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Don't be a hero, mate. You look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you. Yeah, cheers.
Oh, yes. All right. Here we go down to Australian news, our favorite segment of the show. No, we had some good stuff this week.
Yeah.
Some good stuff. I don't remember researching this one, but I did write something, so I'm going to read through it. Surprise myself. I do remember the story. So, title is Wildlife Advocates Protest Queensland's Quarry Expansion, Fearing for Koala Populations. I think it's, who's going to worry about the koalas if we're not worrying about the koalas?
I worry about those little guys all the time.
That's right. So Queensland is trying to expand their 88 hectares another 50 hectares. Hectares. After some research, because we learn things here on the Velocity Cast podcast, a hectare is 100 meter by 100 meter plot. So, which we know it's about 2.5 acres, and with conversion, it's greater than 7 meters.
Square 7 meters.
Yeah. So 2.5 acre size. I know my parents' yard is an acre, so I kind of just, I always think in reference to my parents' yard. But you guys have no reference of that, so this is only useful to me. So, or if you take 100 meters by 100 meters, think of a football field, and then turn it on its side and, do that whole thing. Whatever. Get into the story. Okay, I will. So, the koala population is already declining in the area, along with other redlands coastal wildlife. And that is a big concern. The local and state governments have already approved of this, and they're just waiting for federal government approval. When I researched this, so maybe I should have done a follow-up before I read this one. I don't know what the state is, but this is as of like 5 weeks ago. The area has been a quarry for over 50 years, and I imagine the resources probably running low, and they're digging up stuff, waning low on ground to dig. So from a business standpoint, they got to have access to the goods. But with this digging, there also comes explosions and stuff. So I'm sure that's not cool to live around. Also has an effect on the local population because of the shock waves and the noise complaints to the local police department and from the koalas.
The complaints come from the koalas.
Yeah. You ever see?
What time was it when you wrote this? 3 a.m., 4 a.m.?
Maybe. That might have been the first night I was staying up.
So what I'm interpreting from this, koalas are in trouble because they want...
And other wildlife.
Yeah, but we care mostly about the koalas. So they're trying to expand this giant quarry for commercial gain, but because of the local wildlife, that could have pretty bad effects on like the koalas and all the other stuff that goes in there.
Yeah, they want to basically, I'd say, was that double it? Nearly double it.
Wow.
But at about 40%.
Tough. I think companies like this,
60,
for especially like for a particular kind of animal, and especially like an animal that kind of define, it's like kangaroos and koalas are like the national animals of Australia, right?
Yeah.
You should have to like pay to either relocate all those animals to a safe, healthy environment, or not do it. Like,
or take them home. You got to take them home. Make your own zoo.
You got to take them home. This is your new little friend. No, I think so. Yeah, I think that's my rule. That'd be my rule.
Yeah.
You guys want to move them? You guys put them somewhere else and figure it out. You can't just light it up.
And what is this quarry providing as far as resources?
Raw materials, I guess.
Yeah, but like, are these necessary things? Like, what can we get away with not using? I mean, I'm sure there's probably tons of stuff in our lives that, we, I guess, take for granted in a way and don't really know the depth of what's being used or gotten.
True.
What if we had to do that here? Like you just had to relocate him. Like, hey, Nick wants to build a house next door. Well, Nick, you got to relocate all the squirrels that are living here. You got to go pick them up.
I think like
Screw the squirrels. No,
I'm saying that's not easy. But I mean, neither.
squirrels adapt, but koalas, different gestation periods for young. They have more specific environments. Like they can only eat one particular type of food.
Really?
Yeah, the eucalyptus leaves. Like it's weird. They can only eat that kind of vegetation. Crazy. So it's a little different. If you have a really specialized animal, I think you should be a little more cautious of it. Okay. But I get what you're saying. You can't go all the way in and be like, take these 18 deer and 25 squirrels and find a new home for them.
Brass them up and Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Chuck them on the other side of I-90. It'll be
Coons
fine.
will love it because they're like, yay, another roof to climb up into and burrow into the attic. But I get what you're saying. But for me, it's about specific environments and specific animals, which a koala, I think, qualifies, in my opinion.
I mean, that takes you just in life. We're always going to have to, move things and shift things and, dig deeper in whatever activities that we're getting into. And that we have to know that might affect those around us. And we have to be aware of the changes in our lives that we make that the changes it's going to have on other people's lives. Because you can't always, man, I got to stop that. It's so gross. You can't always explain something, and you might be excited about telling someone something, and to them, it's just not fascinating at all, because they're on a whole nother level than you, and their lives are so much more exciting than you'll ever be, and you have to realize that you're just a boring person. But you can change, because go to the zoo, see some animals, drink some soda pops, drink some squash juice, wear a mullet, sauce up your chicken wings, because that's the only reason you're going to eat chicken wings. Just drink the sauce, okay? That's where you get your calories from. Go to the gym during a hurricane. Try it. Don't try it. Why would you do that? You're supposed to evacuate. Ride on the roller coaster of life, and then maybe you'll find that it's all because of the pyramids that we have roller coasters, and the physics and everything in the world stems from pyramids and koalas.
Oh, yeah. That was good. Nice wrap up.
I try
Brought
sometimes.
it all home. Brought it all home.
Sometimes I hit, sometimes I miss.
You're hitting it like clockwork now.
And swallowing it like clockwork.
Hey,
Mouth noises.
We all gotta swallow sometimes.
Spit it out.
Oh, come on. Be a champion. Pulling into recommendation station. Woo woo! Some train redemption. Failed. Wow.
Oh, was I supposed to join you?
We're having such weird words. Such weird
words.
Weird word problems today. Anyway, recommendation station is a part of the show where we make sure that we leave you with a recommendation for something that we like, something that we enjoy, or makes our life better. It ranges from TV shows and movies to music to tech to products. Today, I'm going to recommend the Samsung Galaxy Book. It's a computer, it's a laptop, it's a touchpad. I love this laptop. It helps me get a lot done. I have the 15-inch model. It's a convertible, so you can fold it in half and then use it as a pad. 12 gigabyte installed RAM, Intel i7, 512 gigabytes of storage. Yeah, I'm bragging a little bit. HDMI, regular size, one USB-C, two USB 3 ports, micro SD card slot, and a 2.5 millimeter stereo output. The battery life on this baby is sweet. It's very nice out in the field, and it's very lightweight, so easy to slide into a backpack. The power cable is really small too. Guys, I recommend it a lot because it's got me out of a lot of jams getting ready for this show.
Is that it right there?
This is it right here. I'm using it on the podcast right now.
I felt I could just see you unzip, pull it out, slap it on the table, open it up. Just the power behind it, yeah.
It's nice. It's a nice little laptop, but it's very powerful, super fast. I have about 120 tabs open right now.
Still going strong.
All Pornhub.
All about peach papaya.
Just all peach papaya. All about peach papaya and the pyramids. So yeah, Samsung Galaxy Book. Go get one today for $1,200.
Oh.
What? DJ Nightstick is like, I don't spend money.
I'm getting my tablets out and just chisel some notes on there.
You like the old-fashioned way. I got you. Thank you for being here, man. Sick on the board. Thanks for the buzzkill.
Thanks for having me, buddy. It's a good week. Thanks for having me go. Both of you guys.
Always happy to have you here. It wouldn't be the same without you. Thanks for hanging out with us and getting through this episode with us. This is episode 39 of the Velocity Chaos podcast. We love having you here, and we look forward to engaging with you guys into the future. So this is Nick signing off.
And this is Luke signing off. We will see you seeing us on this episode in about 5 weeks. So this is a message to us from the past. Hey, you're looking good out there. And like we always say, if you care about the future of koalas, you got to look into the past of the pyramids. Have a good one. Thank you for tuning in to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Interact with us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod or on Facebook and YouTube at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are grateful for your time and hope you enjoyed it here. Please tell a friend, and thank you once again.